Hey Pectus Warriors, it's Riley Byrne from FixPectus.com. In today's video, I want to talk about why I think having Pectus makes my chest look better and my body look better. Okay, and this is very applicable for most of you because most cases of Pectus are a similar severity to mine, like in the mild category, okay? And I have a video that I posted, the complete guide to fixing Pectus, which breaks down the different categories and the approaches. But if you're a category similar to mine, okay, and mine it can definitely be a lot more mild than me. I've coached, dozens, hundreds of people with Pectus who have it more mild than me. And if you have a mild case similar to mine, more mild, slightly more severe, I really think Pectus Excavatum is a blessing that you don't even know. Especially if the depth isn't too much, but also the spread, okay? When you have a really spread Pectus, then it's not gonna be as applicable. But if you have not too deep, but also not too spread, so it's quite a symmetrical and centered case of Pectus, in that circumstance, I actually think it's going to make your physique look better when you build it up, okay? And it's funny, like I've had some clients reach out to me with that kind of body type and they're very skinny. So the Pectus is very prominent. And so I'm like, and they're contemplating the vacuum bell and other things. I'm like, no, honestly, you want the slight depression of your sternum because once you build your pecs, it's going to make them look better. And I talk about this also in my video when I'm reviewing the vacuum bell and my use of it. And the reason I stopped was because when it was lifting my chest to be flat, it made my chest look less aesthetic and less big. Because the slight depression that is my Pectus Excavatum, especially now, it looks so slight because my pecs are so developed around it and my abs and my obliques and everything over the rib flare. But that actually accentuates my physique and low-key makes it more aesthetic, okay? It really gives my chest more pop. If you can imagine, like, if I go like more like side on so you can see, but if you can imagine if my sternum was normal, so it was about there, my chest would actually look a lot less big. So it makes it like more aesthetic. It gives it more like separation and pop. Now, obviously you need to build your chest. Like this only happens when you have like a world-class physique, naturally anyway, a natural world-class physique. So you're kind of a top tier physique that you could get naturally. When you get it to that point where you're muscular, you have low body fat, around 10%, 10 to 12%, something sustainable, but still very lean, and to the point where your muscles pop and protrude, that's when, it's actually a blessing if you have a milder Pectus. Like for me personally, speaking on my own experience, I'm very, very happy with my Pectus. And as a kid, it made me so depressed, I'd stay up all night, like crying, trying to push out, like under here, trying to like push it out and make it flat. And, I'd never take off my shirt. And now in the end, once I built that body and utilized exercise to improve it and fix it for me, and by fix, I mean build confidence and it no longer be a negative thing, but in fact, actually a positive thing. It ended up being a blessing. So thankfully I put in the time to build this body, okay? So now, as I said at the start of this video, this is more for a more milder Pectus. If you have a more severe Pectus, exercise is still gonna help a lot. Pectus may not be making your body look more aesthetic, but you can build your body to the point where your Pectus becomes a lot less noticeable and hopefully so that you can be confident in your body, in which case the problem, in my opinion, is fixed if it's just a cosmetic case. And so, I've worked with so many people with moderate and severe and they've been so thankful. They said the program and the coaching changed their lives. So it's still gonna help you too. But if you have a more mild Pectus, it's like to the point where Pectus isn't even a bad thing at this point. It's like, actually, it's gonna make your body look better if you have a more mild symmetrical Pectus. So there's a little video, guys. Hope it gives you some inspiration and some help. Start training the chest, but also training the abs and the obliques, also stretching the chest and also strengthening your back, okay? It's important you don't just go in a chest mindset with Pectus because obviously that's the main muscle, but when you just train that and you don't stretch and also train your back, you end up going like this. That makes it look worse. I talk about that a lot as well, okay? And if you are feeling lost, then I'd recommend my coaching.